Hey, how's it going, guys? Ricardo here. We both know that generative engines are taking over a majority of the visibility and search engine market share within 2025. So in this video, I want to break down exactly how to rank in AI overviews in 2025. So that way you're ahead of the competition. And not only this, but also start ranking in generative engines such as ChatGPT, Perplexity, and even Copilot. So I'm gonna break down the step-by-step process and even showcase a case study I did for a client where I was able to get them ranking within AI overviews within 2 days. But not only this, but also include them within the featured snippet for the specific keyword. And then we can see here there's different keyword variations as well where they have been ranking number one within AI overviews. But not only within AI overviews, I was able to get them visibility within ChatGPT for a search term similar, PA Solar in 2025. And we can see here they're also ranking high within Search GPT within the generative engine results. And then same thing here. We can see they're ranking number one, and not only number one, but also multiple times within the specific keyword. So I want to just break down and go into depth on why optimizing for AI overviews or just generative engines in general is extremely important and the benefits of it. So number one, AI overviews takes a majority of the search engine results and takes a majority of the real estate. So when you're searching for a specific keyword, so for example here, we can see it takes up the whole page. And even in this case too, we're taking up the whole real estate for the specific keyword because we also have the feature snippet, meaning you're gaining the majority, I would say probably 90% of the visibility and clicks when it comes to a specific keyword. So yeah, that's like one benefit. Another benefit to this is search engine market shares are consistently increasing for generative engines. So you have things like Search GPT, even Perplexity, where people are using these more as a primary search. And data shows that Google is actually decreasing within the search engine market share because people aren't really having the best experience with this. And I also cover this more in a video on how to optimize for GEO and the benefits of GEO in another video. I'll link in the description below. You guys can see that as well. And then, yeah, basically also highlighting that this is future-proofing your SEO. This is the new way of SEO optimization when it comes to ranking for GEO, since this is the way people are getting a majority of the visibility. In this case, AI reviews takes up a majority of the search real estate. So how do you structure your content so you rank within AI overviews in Google? I'm gonna give you the step-by-step breakdown on how to do this. So number one, it all starts with targeting the right keywords and really finding keywords that actually have volume that fits a part of your marketing funneling. So in this case, we've done a competitor analysis and we noticed the majority of the competitors are not talking about PA solar incentives within 2025. And there's been a majority of updates when it comes to the different solar programs and such. So we did the keyword research and found keywords that we're going to target within our blog content. And not only that, but we also looked at the semantics and similar keywords that would fall around the similar topic. So in this case, you can see here, we're talking about solar panel programs, solar incentives, and different keyword variations where we're going to implement more of like that keyword density to start ranking for multiple keywords and not only one keyword. But the overall main keyword we're going to be targeting is obviously PA solar incentives, since it also has the majority of volume. To appear in AI overviews, it's important to know which keyword actually has results when it comes to AI overviews. In this case, we did the research and we also saw that this came up in AI overviews, impacting more of like that visibility if we do rank within this. And in this case, we did. But it's also important to note that a majority of keywords that are within AI overviews is long tail informative keywords. So this way you can start ranking for a lot of top of the funnel type keywords, but there's also local keywords you can start ranking for. And it just comes down to the research and really seeing who's ranking within AI overviews and really just following the structure and step-by-step guide I'm gonna give you guys. Now within step two, it's important just to follow Google's fundamental guidelines when it comes to SEO, meaning you're just doing basic SEO and following best practices. And best practices meaning you have good technical SEO elements, meaning your pages are indexable and being able to be found by Google search crawlers, and being able to rank in the first place as well, and having great page speed, good user visibility. All this plays a part into how your content is going to rank. And then highlighting more on spam policies. I know a lot of people are using a lot of AI content, not really reviewing AI content, and it's content that's not really helpful to the user or just doesn't make sense, or just following black hat SEO practices such as cloaking, hiding text and links, keyword spamming, link spamming, etc. And then based on the keywords that you targeted, you want to make sure you follow the intent of the keyword, meaning you want to look at the competitive analysis, see what's ranking in the top 10, top 20 spots, and what's the main intent of that specific keyword. And then we highlight more of the content structure. Google values a lot of well-structured content that enhances, user retention and engagement. And in this case as well is implementing strategic internal and external linking. This way you're able to back up any claims that you're having and really just having a source for your specific either statistics or fact that you're stating within that content. And then basically here, it's also good to highlight, according to Google, AI overviews shows links to resources that support the information. Basically, I was just talking about in this snapshot, or you can talk about the topic further and go a little more in depth based on that internal or external link. Now, basically, I just want to highlight a little more on how would this look like in practice and what we did. So in this case, we filled the page up with a lot of content. Basically, the content we created is really to the point. So you would have a heading, basically asking a question. So in this case, what are Pennsylvania solar incentives? And we go to the point and answer the question as soon as possible. Then we also broke up into different type of solar programs provided that's up to date. And not only this, we're also externally linking to really back up and support our claim within our specific content that we have. So you can see here we're talking about platforms such as SEREC Trade, and then also internal linking. So we talk about the net metering benefits as a solar panel program. And then here we link to a blog that we have that also talks about net metering and if it's worth it or not, and go more in depth into this topic to really support the claim or just the overall content that we're writing. Now highlighting more of the content structure, which is also important. Let me just look at this detailed SEO extension, which goes over more of the specifics and back end of a certain page. So you can see here we followed best practices. We also included the targeted keyword within the title. We also have it within the description as well. And then looking at the overall headings, we have it perfectly structured that follows best practices. So we have one H1 that includes the keyword, and we've broken it up into specific topics. So we have the H2s, and within H2, there's basically subtopics that go like and explain the topic that we're talking about in depth. Even though that sounds kind of confusing, but yeah. And based on this, we also did competitive analysis, looked at what other people are ranking for when it came to the specific keywords, such as Pennsylvania solar incentives. But not only this, we also included more of our personal experience and authoritativeness when it comes to the brand overall, and they provided more context into the specifics of each program, and we're really up to date and providing really new information when it comes to the overall topic, but within the year as well of 2025. And then you can see here, we also included FAQs. And then highlighting more on schema markup, which is structured data. And in this case, it's basically an HTML code that search crawlers are able to scan to really have more context to the specific of the content. So you can see here, we also have an article schema that talks more about the article itself. And then we also aggregated it with FAQ page, which we have FAQs at the bottom answering questions that people would have. And so this way we can also start ranking for the people also ask queries within the SERPs, and also breadcrumb, local businesses, etc., to have more context within this specific content piece. And this also ties into number 3, which is ranking high within the SERPs. Obviously, having great high quality content will help you rank within the SERPs. Things such as structured schema markup and just following the overall best practices that I was talking about, and making sure that it is SEO optimized for the keywords that you're targeting and having a good amount of keyword density, but not making sure it doesn't fall under the spam policies where you're just creating low quality AI content and generated content that's keyword stuffed, etc. And you can see here, we also have the featured snippet, and we're ranking high within the SERPs. If you don't rank at least within the top, I'd say 10 to 15, you would have way lower chances and you won't probably rank within the AI overviews. So this is an important aspect as well. And then within number 4, this also pertains to generative engines such as Perplexity and Search GPT, is backlinks are more important than ever. And from a standpoint of just like regular search, this would help you rank higher within the SERPs, which in return give you higher visibility and higher chances of ranking for AI overviews, right? But not only this, but also within Search GPT. So the way basically Search GPT works is it's pulling data from search engines from Bing. So it's good to make sure you have your Bing Webmaster Tools set up, and making sure your content is being indexed within Bing. Because if your content is not being indexed within Bing, you're not within that pool of content that SearchGPT is basically crawling for, which would not enable you to rank within SearchGPT. And another standpoint is, and backlinks are basically a vote of confidence, showcasing your website is more authoritative. And generative search engines like SearchGPT are using backlinks as a vote of confidence and showcasing more of that branding authoritativeness. And it comes to the what I was explaining before here, me pointing out the overall structure of the content. And as you can see here, according to Google, AI Overviews shows resources that support this information within the snapshot to explore the topic further. So this also holds into account for SearchGPT or just any generative engine such as Perplexity, because it really shows that you're an authority within this space and other brands are talking about you, making you the go-to when it comes to that specific keyword or topic in general. And if you enjoyed this content, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are a business that is struggling to rank for GEO or just overall SEO visibility, schedule a free 30-minute consultation with me and we can really get down into the exact step-by-step process you should be taking with your SEO strategy to start getting more clients or customers through your door. Peace.